Welcome back to In the Pressbox, episode 31, a full NBA Draft preview. My name is Alex. I'm here with
Aiden.
And Benjamin will not be on the podcast today, sadly, but here are some of the segments and headlines. First of all, we'll be talking Vols, College World Series, MLB, NBA Draft, and a brand new segment called Let's Start Talking. Also, before we begin the official podcast, here is a statement from Benjamin. Hey everyone, Aiden and Alex have you covered for this episode. I will be back next week on In the Press Box. So now, first segment, sad segment for me and certainly Aiden. Well, it also may be for Benjamin because he lost 100 points on predictions here. As the Vols fell to LSU 2 nights ago by the final score of 5-0, ending their College World Series journey. We will provide you unbiased thoughts about this game and what went wrong for Tennessee. Kind of what went wrong for Tennessee kind of has been a struggle I would say probably all year, not scoring with runners in scoring position. And if you don't know what that is, that's the guy on second and third. We had people on bases loaded. We had people at third. We had people at second. And we really could not hit with that. And that's why we were not able to score any runs, RBIs. And LSU did the exact opposite. And that's really why they won the game. It wasn't like our pitching was terrible, which it certainly wasn't. Drew Beam did awesome. It's just kind of we weren't able to hit at the right time. And LSU, obviously they had more hits than us, but it really wasn't that much more hits. They scored a couple runs off of errors, and that's just kind of really the big problem. Just kind of playing not like the College World Series in the College World Series.
So would you say
these are the top 8 teams?
So Alex, would you say that Tennessee, the only reason why they did make it to the College World Series is because in the regionals and the super regionals, were they just hitting a lot of home runs? Were they pitching good? What do you think for people that don't really pay attention to the Tennessee baseball? If they're not scoring with runners on base, how were they able to win games? How were they able to score for the people who don't know?
Well, Tennessee, what they've been kind of dominating the last 3 years is that long ball home runs. And we certainly were able to utilize it in Clemson. And then against Southern Miss, we were really able to use the long ball again. We were able to use a couple pitchers, rain delays. That should not have happened if it was in Tennessee. And then Omaha, it's impossible to hit a home run. Tennessee only hit 1 home run that series or whatever. And just the wind coming in, it's far, and it's just really hard to hit a home run over there. And that's kind of why. So we had to rely more on pitching. Pitching was extremely good first couple of games with Chase Burns, best relief since 1969. And just kind of we were able to we were fired up in all cylinders of the game, including hitting, and which weren't home runs. We were getting triples, doubles, RBIs. But wasn't really working against LSU both games, and LSU eliminated us.
So there you go. That's kind of what happened there with Tennessee baseball. And then I don't know if this is kind of similar to the topic right now, but where do you see LSU going? Do you see them beating Wake Forest twice? Do you see them going to the finals? Like, where do you see for LSU, the team that beat Tennessee twice and got them out? Where do you see them going in the rest of the College World Series?
Well, they're certainly a good team, and just the only thing is those games. Wake Forest, they still have 1 game on LSU, to that pitching side, LSU, they're going to have to go heavy on their bullpen. And I think it's going to be a struggle for LSU. They certainly have it. But Wake Forest, they're known for their pitching. Certainly are really good at pitching. And LSU, they have some good pitchers, but they're really good at hitting. Dylan Cruz, White, and that's just certainly why they're so good. It's hitting versus pitching. Certainly, the last game was an awesome game last night, but it's just going to be difficult. And whoever they play, they're going to be facing Florida, and that's going to be a hard series. Personally, I had Florida going in, winning before, and then
I had Wake Forest, so they're still.
yeah, Wake Forest.
And then Benjamin, of course, had Tennessee.
Well, now that we're kind of getting off Vols, let's move on to College World Series as a whole. It's been an interesting College World Series so far, and I have a reason why I think it's been so interesting. Now, would you like to say why you think it's so interesting?
I think it's really interesting because that all the what's it called? It's interesting the teams that are in there right now. Like there's a few upsets. I'm pretty sure there's been a few upsets, and that's just what makes it for me. That's been interesting. Like Tennessee being Stanford, I feel like that was an upset. Sorry, I feel like that was an upset, but then we just moved on to LSU. We couldn't do it. We couldn't get past LSU. But besides Tennessee, there's been a lot of upsets, and I think that what's also make this interesting is my favorite team that I think is going to win the whole thing still in there. So why do you think this College World Series has been interesting?
Well, first of all, let me add something about the Tennessee Vols. When you said Stanford, that reminded me. A lot of these Tennessee Vols wins have been coming from behind. Tony Vitello, certainly, he said he doesn't like it as much, but it kind of shows what Tennessee's been going through all year. We're just able to bounce back so easily. Wins back against Southern Miss, Stanford, Clemson, just a lot of these games come from behind wins. But anyway, College World Series, why I think it's so interesting, I think I'm going to kind of go opposite from you, Aiden. I think it's so interesting is it's not interesting. Normally, these were number one seeds and two seeds are really not. They're not really too much involved in Omaha.
But I'm not going to
It's
complain.
just kind of like the number one team curse, and number two team certainly has that curse a lot. But this year, potentially, the national championship can be the top two seeds, and that kind of shows how good the top two seeds were, and even LSU, not even a number one seed. They've been a number one seed, and it just shows kind of how this year's gone in the general. Other than last year, where just number one team was so dominant, and the number two to five seed, you could draw through a hat, and that would be accurate on the rankings.
Yeah. So
Well, do you have?
So while we're like kind of touching on Tennessee or like just college baseball right now, Tennessee was the best team last season, and they couldn't get it out. They couldn't get out of the super regionals. This year we weren't as good. Obviously, we had some seniors leave from the year prior, and Tennessee. They obviously we saw what just happened. They made it to the College World Series, but they can't win the College World Series. So now, looking into next season, where do you kind of see Tennessee baseball next season? Do you see them being better? Do you see them being the same, worse? Where do you kind of see Tony Vitello and Tennessee Vols next season?
Well, we certainly kind of with baseball, you never really know until after the draft. So I can kind of give a better answer after the draft, but kind of here's my answer right now. Obviously, we have some super seniors that have to be leaving no matter what. But then you have players all year, all grades that can potentially leave. And certainly that's kind of scary if you're a Tennessee fan. but there's nothing really too much to worry about.
And that's what
I think we have a lot of talent that may be picked up in later rounds and may stay one more year at Tennessee. Uh, we can lose a lot of our pitchers, Golander, Beam, and Burns, but there's a good chance they're going to be staying, which is good for a Tennessee fan. But also we have the number one recruiting class coming in, but like I said, they can also go to the draft. And I think it's just going to kind of be a big emphasis of who gets to number 5. Like, what I mean by this is like when you're drafting or recruiting for college baseball, what Vanderbilt does is they always get the number one player and they get drafted in the first round and potentially don't even go to their school. So that kind of sucks. They waste all their money into that one player and they don't go to school. But now, this is certainly kind of a newer thing in the whole NIL. If you get a player to come here for $10 billion, or would you rather go to a single A making $12,000 a year? I think you would choose to go to college and make the $10 million, which certainly is not going to be that much, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, we saw that last year in the draft, right? With Tennessee baseball players, a lot of the stars like Trey Lipscomb and Jordan Beck and all those guys, some pitchers too. Ben Joyce, I know he's been doing good for the Angels right now in the MLB. Yeah, just got called up recently, but the point is like you were saying, that it's really hard to see how a team will be next season if before the draft, because you never know what players are going to be taken, and it's just really hard to see. So Tennessee really did went from the number one team to kind of not being as good, but at least they made it to the more in the postseason than they did last year. But like you kind of said, it really depends. So yeah, is that your final takes on the College World Series?
Yes.
All right.
Okay, well now let's go to the sticking with baseball. Here's MLB. As the MLB season rolls on, with the Reds on a massive roll, having picking up 11 wins in a row. Meanwhile, the Mets have struggled despite having the highest payroll. Also, in other news, 70% of players think Nashville should get an expansion gene.
I agree.
In a recent article or a recent poll from The Athletic.
I mean, I would be happy if Nashville got an MLB expansion team. I mean, would you, Alex? I mean, it's kind of like we would probably MLB team in Tennessee. I feel like Nashville can hold it. I mean, it's a good sports city. It's got passionate fans like me and you and Benjamin. The Titans are. They got the Titans, got the Predators, they got Nashville SC. They're doing good. And so, yeah, and I feel like we just having an MLB team will really expand the sports viewing or whatever in Nashville. I mean, what would you kind of think, Alex, if Nashville got an expansion team?
Well, yeah, certainly. Yeah, I think they definitely deserve one. Not only for the players, they voted on it, but as fans, I think baseball is a really big thing here down in the South, and it's only getting bigger and bigger in Tennessee as a whole, just Tennessee, because you got to think about it. Baseball is growing. Vanderbilt, Tennessee, just kind of colleges, and then you just kind of want to watch that team play major league, and also you got to look at other expansion teams where you think they're going to go, and I think Tennessee is a better option than all those teams.
Like Las Vegas?
Yeah, well, Las Vegas, I think they're getting a relocation. I'd probably rather have a new team than relocation, Would you?
Yeah, I would.
Unless it was like the Braves.
Because
That
really,
would-
because like I feel like if you did want to move from Nashville and relocate, you would probably have to rebrand because I don't see any team out there that really fits the brand of Nashville. Like, what if it has like a guitar logo or something like that, like something with Music City? I don't really see any team like that. So if a team did have to relocate, I mean, I would probably people would probably want a rebrand, and I don't think. I don't think a team. I wouldn't want to see that. So it just make it easier. I just feel like we should get a new expansion team to Nashville or Tennessee, anything. I don't even really care. Just put it anywhere in Tennessee, probably Nashville, obviously. But yeah, I mean, that's what I would think. I would just want an expansion new team. I mean, would you? Do you agree?
Yeah. Yeah. Certainly, I would kind of want that expansion team. Uh, Let me have something like kind of like a game here, whatever, about Nashville, and then we could kind of get into teams in general and MLB. Okay, so first of all, Tennessee or Nashville having an expansion team is the name and logo is certainly a big part. Nashville Stars are certainly a big. It's probably going to be it. Certainly a lot of history that backs up that. Um, but is there any other name uh, you kind of want and kind of away from Nashville Sounds
Um,
and Stars?
yeah, I think that maybe the I don't even know. There could be a lot. I'm just trying to think. There maybe
I
the
think it could definitely show in a what's it called? Like in like Nashville kind of show, and you gotta kind of think about it.
direct.
It's not really minor league. The names are a lot more professional.
Yeah.
I
Maybe I
kind
don't
of
know.
think
This is kind of weird because I don't think they usually don't do like animal mascots. So maybe the raccoons. I don't know. I don't know, but like because it's a state animal, obviously. I'm not sure.
well, yeah, I think they already had trash pandas in Alabama, so I don't know if they'll have that.
I think the stars is what they're gonna probably do. They may have like a fan poll, like what or like ask fans what they think it should be called, like how kind of like me and you're doing right now. Um,
Well, I'm trying to think of I don't want to say any Nashville's Tennessee Titans names, but they may like kind of include that in the poll. There's Tennessee Tornado.
yeah, but
I think it was an option.
what if like Nashville also got an NBA expansion team? Because I think that's what they need. They need as well. I think if they had an NBA,
No, they never.
never probably because of Memphis.
Yeah.
Yeah, but having an NBA team in Nashville would be good. But I mean, I don't think so. Nashville Kings or something. But I don't know. I don't know. But I think Nashville Stars is probably what it kind of be it. I don't know. I mean, the stars kind of resonates the flag, like the three stars, and like kind of like that. I don't know, but comment down below, guys, or we may put this at the question at Spotify. What do you think if Nashville had an expansion MLB team? What do you think it should be named? So yeah,
Well, I don't think it really mattered because I think I'm looking at like name and like they're all showing Nashville Stars.
yeah. I think
Okay.
didn't Nashville Stars used to be a basketball team too?
Uh, yeah, I think maybe.
Yeah, I think it's just star, star, star. So probably, but they may have a fan poll, like I don't know.
Okay, well, like I mentioned, the Cincinnati Reds are red hot.
Good
Was
joke.
that good?
Yeah,
Winning 11 games. So that's certainly really good for Reds fans. Reds have not been known as of lately of winning like that. Ellie Nelly Cruz, Ellie Day Cruz or something. Uh, it has really been on fire um, after recently being called up, saying he's the fastest man in MLB. I certainly may have to agree on that. But what are your kind of thoughts on that, and kind of thoughts on just the Reds in general?
I mean, the Reds, they played well yesterday. They won to the Rockies 3-5, and they kind of they've definitely improved since last season. Um, they are on a winning streak, right? They're on I'm trying to see
Aiden,
what.
I mentioned this like 4 times.
All right, they're on a 12.
Aiden.
They're on a 12 game winning streak.
Okay, so not 11. Okay, this was made last night. The notes, so that's probably why.
They just won yesterday. Tomorrow they play the Braves, so yeah, but
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to
they have a
that.
series with the Braves. So but the Braves are a good team as well, right? I mean I mean I don't know how have they been playing as of recently? Are they as red hot as the Reds, or are they going to be?
Well, they're not certainly as hot as the Reds, but they're doing really good, winning series, and that's what matters. Not going on massive win streaks, but winning these series, and that's certainly big for the Braves as they're number 2 in the league
Yeah,
and number 2 in power rankings.
I think that all streaks come to an end. I think that this team is brave enough to get the wins here, or at least win the series. They may lose one game here, but they're going to at least win two, and they're going to win the series, and then they're going to crush the streak for the Reds.
Okay, well now also on like I mentioned, the Mets have certainly been doing pretty bad this year, and I think it's pretty not a good look for Mets fans, and it's certainly not a good look for Nationals fans because that team is because you're still worse than that team, and the Mets suck. So it's like you like really suck, right? But
Yeah,
what's your kind of thoughts on Mets and Nationals?
the Mets and the Nationals. I mean, the Nationals, they're not really doing too good at all. I don't think, right? I mean,
No.
the Nationals, they're like the worst team in the NL East. I mean, 28-45. Like it's just point 384 record is like kind of bad. Um, let me think. I'm trying to think. Who their last 10, they were 3-7. Like it's like I don't know. And the Mets too. I mean, the Mets are like they only won 34 games, but you got to think the Nationals just can't even get near the Mets and win. So like I don't even know if you're the Nationals. I don't see you going into the playoffs. Sorry, National fans. I don't know if you're going to be tuning in here, but the Nationals, they definitely could be definitely not going to nowhere near where the Braves are right now or the Marlins in the NL East. I don't think they're going to compete for them at all, but we'll have to see.
Okay, well now let's kind of move here to the NBA draft. The NBA draft is back. Victor Wembanyama is likely to be selected first. He is the highest rated prospect since LeBron James. Um, Certainly dominant from 1 second. Hey, jeez. Okay. Uh, Certainly dominant down low from the 3-point line, and just bigger than everyone out there on the court. He's 7'1". So what kind of are your thoughts about him?
I mean, I think that he's easily going to be the first overall pick. I don't see like who else could be. Who's also the top people like Brandon Miller? Um,
Well, also kind of adding on with this, who do you have after him in the draft? You certainly have Brandon Miller, murderer, the Thompson twins, Scoot Henderson, Cam Wiltmore, and those are kind of your top 5. And then you have other guys that can kind of be thrown in throughout everywhere.
yeah,
But also kind of when we talk about prospects, Obviously, Victor Wembanyama is number one. Uh, who do you see as kind of like an underrated pick and maybe potential rookie of the year next year?
Ooh, potential rookie of the year? Probably, um, who, maybe, um, Cam Whitmore from Vanilla. Or not Vanilla, Villanova.
That's a good thing. What I have is I probably have the Thompson twins. One of them. If you don't know about them, they're identical twins. Uh, they're both really good. Also, I can certainly see a maybe Scoot Henderson, but who won the Rookie of the Year this year? Was it Paulo? Yeah. G League players don't really win NBA Rookie of the Year this year, but I think certain in general, but this year I certainly think that either Scoot Henderson or the Thompson twins really can win it. But if I had to pick anyone that played college ball, it would have to be maybe Grady Dick. But I think it would have to be. Wait, let me pull it up. He played at UCF. He's really good. He's like Victor Wembanyama, but just like bigger.
Yeah.
Taylor Hendricks. He's projected to go around 9th, and I think he'll be really good.
Yeah.
He'll be the probably the first ever first round pick from Central Florida. Well, also, do you see Zion or Dame Time being dealt before the draft or during it? Also, there's a lot of trades that been made before this episode that we can kind of go over. But do you see any more as we kind of get into
See any more?
the draft?
I think I do. I think there's a few people that, um, a few people that could do it, or not do it, get traded. Thinking, maybe, hmm, um,
Wait, what the world?
what is it?
I looked up drafts and I didn't know this. Wait, is this real? A 3-team. Okay, I'm stupid. Okay, so okay, get what you're saying.
I don't really know, but
Okay, you don't know. It's okay. Okay, so well, there have been a lot of recent talks lately about potential three-team trades. Certainly, I was not too sure about anything. All I've seen was two big name players. Okay, so Boston Celtics get Kristaps Porzingis, a first round pick, and a 2024 first round pick. So two first round picks, including the number 25 this year. The Wizards get Tyus Jones, Danilo Gallinari, Mike Muscala, and this year's 35th pick. The Grizzlies get Marcus Smart.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I did not know that either. I thought he went to the Celtics. I mean, to the Wizards. But yeah, that's really good. We're gonna need a good guard. With John Morant going to be suspended. We're not going to get into that too much this podcast, but with John Morant getting suspended, we're going to need a good guard. Certainly, it's kind of surprising. You'd think we'd get more offensive guard. Tyus Jones is a good offensive guard, but I guess we had to let him go. Marcus Smart's a little older, but we're definitely going to be the number one team in defense, like by far. With Jaren Jackson Jr. and Marcus Smart.
Yeah.
Marcus Smart, certainly one of my favorite players in NBA. Certainly look up to his game. Also, the Denver Nuggets get a first-round pick, and Indiana Pacers get a new pick on swaps there. Also, another big trade here with the Washington Wizards. Wizards get Chris Paul, Landry Shamet, pick swaps, and second-round picks. Suns get Isaiah Todd, Jordan Goodwin, and Bradley Beal. And then also another trade here. Nuggets get more first-round picks. And then you also can see a lot more in from now until 7 o'clock tonight when the draft starts. Now, a brand new segment. Let's start talking. Welcome to a brand new segment on In the Pressbox. Let's Start Talking is designed to preview and talk about upcoming events that we're looking forward to. The first topic on the new segment is we're starting with the Vols football preview. Talk Vols football predictions. And so here's kind of our full preview. In the last couple of weeks, we've talked about recruits. I don't think any of those really recruits are going to be too big of a impact this season, but certainly going to be extremely well. Okay, well, anyway, so I'm going to give some of my predictions, and then Aiden. Let's kind of just give predictions overall, and then if we have time or if you want, we can get into game by game.
Yeah.
Okay, well, first Tennessee football prediction. I'm gonna kind of give some awards here. All SEC teams. I could see Brew McCoy, Caden Mays, or Cooper Mays. Which one's still here? Okay, well, they're all brothers. They're brothers, and I get them confused. One of the Mays brothers, Squirrel White, Brew McCoy, Joe Middleton, D. Williams, the Nico Slaughter, maybe.
Yeah.
So those are kind of who I see. Also, I kind of see the playing off. I think Tennessee's going to be an amazing team. Probably even better than last year. And I think it's going to really be big. We're going to be getting recruits, and we're just going to get higher and higher in that standpoint. Certainly, we may see starts from 2023's players and Nico and certainly Nico.
Yeah.
But also, do you have the schedule pulled up, Aiden?
For Tennessee football next season?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know we play in Nissan Stadium against Virginia, I think, right? The first game. But I'll look at the schedule.
Well, you say you're right the record. I'm going to go into day by day.
Yeah, so September 2nd against Virginia is the very first game at Nissan Stadium. I see Tennessee winning that one. Then they play Austin.
No. Let's not go into individual game by day because I don't want to mess up anything for the predictions. But first of all, let me ask record.
Record, like the whole entire season?
Yeah. I say 12-0.
I said 11-1 with the loss to Georgia. No, 12-0. Tennessee's at home against Georgia. They're not going to stop the loud Neyland Stadium. Solid sellout. So, yeah. We may
Okay.
lose to Alabama. It's in Tuscaloosa, but honestly, I don't think we care. We're going to win.
Which one do you see the checkered Nylon?
Checkered Neyland? I see it in the Georgia game. Or no, that might be too late in the season. Maybe against Texas A&M.
Yeah, I'd say Texas A&M. Dark mode.
Dark mode, that's still a thing. Maybe I don't know. Against Kentucky, they did last year. Or would you want them to? Or do they have to be home?
Probably home.
Um, maybe against South Carolina.
Yeah, I'd say South Carolina. Open it out. And then also, all orange. You see them wearing all orange this year?
Um, yeah, maybe one time.
I'd say UTSA.
Yeah,
Or maybe Vanderbilt.
yeah, maybe. What about the new Smoky Grays?
I forgot about that completely. I'd say Smoky Grays against Georgia.
Yeah. Oh, I'll say
But certainly we could be wearing these away too. But we're just kind of looking it up. So let's kind of give the toughest, not toughest, toughest kind of break or schedule part here. So we'll go by three: Virginia, South Carolina, Yukon, Austin P, Texas A&M, Missouri. Okay, this is no question, no doubt. It's got to be Florida, Alabama, Georgia. That's going to be the hardest 3 weeks of ever.
yeah. But we don't. Wait a minute. Do we? We don't play Georgia within the 3 weeks of we play Alabama, Florida. We play Florida then.
I'm looking the wrong.
Yeah, I think the hardest one though is South Carolina, Texas A&M, and Alabama. If we're talking about the 3 weeks in a row.
I'd probably say Texas A&M, Alabama, Kentucky, because Kentucky game's away.
Yeah, we'll probably do good against Kentucky. They don't even have Will Levis because the Titans got him.
Oh my gosh! Don't gotta remind me. Also, is there any more questions? No, I think that's kind of it. Certainly, we kind of gave our preview. Maybe when we get Benjamin on, we can talk about it. Now let's move on to predictions here.
Wait a minute, stop predictions. I think it's funny that we didn't want to give away game by game because we didn't want them to know our predictions. But
Yeah, but we both said 12-0.
Yeah, so it's kind of obvious. But all right, well, let's get into predictions. You want me to? I'll call out the predictions, and then we can both answer our predictions. I got a short one list this week, so starting off with who wins the College World Series. Who do you have, Alex?
Florida.
I have Wake Forest. I'm sticking with Wake Forest.
Yeah, we're sticking with our gut. Benjamin, he'll have his list. We'll probably put that somewhere, maybe
in the comments, but honestly, it may not even matter because the amount of points he has, I don't even think anything could get caught up. But anyway, we got Next, we got Wake Forest and LSU. Like I said, I got Wake Forest. Who do you have?
I have Wake Forest.
Because the thing is about LSU is they have to beat Wake Forest twice, so I think that's going to be pretty hard to do. So Wake Forest, definitely, I think I got them winning. Next, we got, moving on to the MLB, we have the Pirates versus Marlins. Who do you have?
I have the Marlins.
I also have the Marlins.
And these are series.
Yes, these are series. I already mentioned that. Next series, we got the Mets versus Phillies. Who do you have?
Mets versus Phillies. I have Phillies.
I also have the Phillies. I wonder if we can get a perfect, like, the exact same, because it's short prediction list. So hopefully, me and Alex could do the same things here.
Maybe yours copying me.
Well, I'll say my predictions first then. Next series, we got Cubs and Cardinals. I'm going to go with the Cubs. Who do you have?
I also have the Cubs.
All right. Number six, we have the Astros versus Dodgers. I have the Dodgers. Who do you have?
I had the Astros.
Oh my gosh, broke the streak on the Astros. Really? Could have been anything else.
Okay, by the way, this is our second to last week that we will do predictions for this episode. Or for this.
Really?
Yeah.
So I may win again?
Not if Florida loses.
Yeah, well.
I mean, not if.
Yeah, but Wake Forest is going to win. So, yeah, I basically did win. Next, we got Twins and Tigers. I'm a Twin.
I swear they just played last week. They did play last week.
All right, Twins and Tigers. I am a Twin, so I'm going to go with the Twins.
I'm going with Twins also.
All right.
Now I'm coming on to the CONCACAF Gold Cup. First game of the group stages, USA versus Jamaica. I have USA.
I have USA. I got USA. Moving on to the Major League Soccer, we got Atlanta United versus Red Bulls. I got Atlanta United.
I also have. Wait, no, I have Red Bulls.
Red Bulls. Okay, very interesting. Nashville SC versus Columbus Crew. We saw the last time they played. I'm going with Nashville SC. Who do you have?
Well, Nashville SC losing a lot of good players for the Gold Cup. I'm going to have to go for the first time ever against Nashville SC. Columbus Crew.
Whoa.
Lost against Montreal last night.
So, out of 10 games, only 2 of them, me and Alex had different predictions. So, expect similar amount of points coming in for this week. And we'll, once again...
No, 3.
3? No?
Astros, Red Bulls,
oh yes,
and Columbus Crew.
3. So yeah, still 7 out of 10 of ours was 70% was still the same. So expect like kind of similar, but maybe like 3 extra points to me. And so, yeah, and we'll once again we'll put Benjamin's predictions maybe in the comments or something like that. But it doesn't even matter. So. That's
also,
it.
What is your viewing pick of the week?
My viewing pick of the week.
My viewing pick is going to be kind of obvious. USA versus Jamaica this Saturday, 8:30 Central, Fox Sports 1.
If you want to watch USA for Jamaica, that's a good one. I'm gonna have to say, go watch some college baseball. Go to watch Wake Forest dominate in the whole College World Series. So maybe Wake Forest versus LSU. And even whoever Wake Forest plays after that, I'd watch that too because I'm gonna be
Florida.
Yeah, I'm gonna be watching that too because Wake Forest
for the national championship.
I mean, I think that's it's gonna be pretty interesting, the College World Series, especially for me and Alex is our predictions and stuff. But yeah, I think that's it. Alex, you want to close out the podcast here?
All right, thank you guys for watching yet again. Benjamin, like I said, he's sorry for not being on. He'll be here next week. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please email us at tlees5588@gmail.com. We appreciate every one of y'all. My name is Alex. I'm out.
And I'm Aiden. Go Balls. Peace.